It's it's your boy King Crowder back again with another edition of things I wish somebody would have taught me early on. Today's lesson I think is really important is the do's and do nots when having a conversation with people. Men and women conversation dynamics are completely different. What I want to give you is the basic foundations on what to communicate, what to say it, how you go back in a perfect conversation. Number one, say less than necessary. Be the person, and I had to learn this over time, y'all, who speaks more meaningful information rather than talks constantly. I am a tend to be person constantly naturally that loves to talk. What I've had to learn over my time is to listen, take in the information, even write down what you want to say to see if it is meaningful. The person who gives out more meaningful information and listens more is more valuable than the person that overtalks and gives out a whole lot of information. Say less than necessary. That is an important skill of, that you should learn early on. Remember, that is a big do and don't when having a conversation with people. The next do thing that I recommend that you always do is that when somebody's talking, you ask a follow up question of, this is what I'm hearing you say. What I'm getting from this conversation is, and you repeat that statement back to that individual. Whenever you're having a serious conversation, whether it's emotional, physical, or whatever your conversation you tend to have, clarifying what you are hearing will add clarity to that conversation. It will show the person that number one, you are engaged, number two, that you are active listening, and number three, you have a solution-based mindset. Show that person that you are actively listening by asking the question, this is what I'm hearing you say. Am I hearing you correctly? Trust me, y'all, that is a uncut gem nobody ever teaches you that will be so beneficial and useful to your life. Ask early on. This is what I'm hearing you say. This is what direction is going. And the final thing I want to give to you when you are having a conversation with somebody, the final do, read their body language. If you're talking to someone and they're aiming towards the door and they're leaning towards the door, let them leave. Do not continue to talk to someone when you see they're actively moving or look like they have something they're working on. That is the first sign of doing when in the conversation. Read the body language, watch what they're doing, allow the person to go through. I'm going to give you two do not to do when you're having a conversation with somebody. The number one do not you should not do when you're having a conversation with anybody you're having. Don't start off with a complaint. Life is hard for all of us. Nobody likes to be around a person that always complains. I know nobody ever tells you this. Your complaints are your problems and your problems alone. Talk to your spouse, your brothers, your family, your sisters, and siblings. Do not talk about your complaints to strangers. It makes people not want to talk to you. That is something that I know most people don't talk about because we're so in the social media age. We're complaining about something that's very open. In the real world, nobody wants to hear about your complaints. We all got problems, y'all. Nobody cares about yours. Trust me. The second most important do not thing to do when you're having a conversation with somebody is do not constantly overtalk them all the time. Now, is it going to be moments in a relationship and with your partner and your spouse and your wife that may happen. But when you're generally out in a professional or business-based setting, let that person talk. You can read their mind, their thoughts, and energy of what they're saying, but do not tend to overtalk yourself. Stay in your frame that shows that you are a solution-based person. The person that complains tends to be avoided. Trust me. Stay back, stay low-key, analyze, nod in agreement, and relax. All right. Hopefully these do's and do not things to do when talking to someone, hopefully they really land. It's your boy King Crowder. Come back out again, teaching you things that I wish somebody would have taught me. Hopefully these lessons really land and hit hard with you. It's your boy checking out. Peace.